displays are the upper. The Electronic Instrument System, EIS, displays flight instruments and engine and systems parameters on 6 display units. These displays include those associated with Electronic Flight Instrument System, EIS, and those associated with Electronic Centralized Aircraft Monitoring System, ECAM. The EIS displays are the primary flight display and the navigation display located in front of each pilot. The ECAM displays are the upper engine warning display and lower system display. The PFD displays the items shown on this frame. The PFD image normally displays on the primary flight display unit, PFDU. The ND is used to display the navigation information and can be selected to the modes shown on this frame. The ND image normally displays on the navigation display unit, NDU. The EWD displays engine parameters, memo messages, checklist, flap position, and warnings and cautions on the upper ECAM DU. The system display provides various pages to display the aircraft systems on the lower ECAM DU. Although there is a default SD for various phases of flight, other systems display pages may be manually selected by SD push buttons on the ECAM control panel, ECP. Controls to adjust the PFDU and NDU brightness, or to turn them off, are located outboard of the PFDU. These controls are normally just dimmed and not turned off, while the DUs are not in use. Pressing the PFD-ND transfer push button will swap the display of PFD and ND information from one DU to another DU on the respective pilot's instruments. Normally the PFD is directly in front, outboard of each pilot position. Click the push button to see the effect. If a PFDU fails, the PFD image has priority and automatically transfers to the NDU position. The same result will occur if the PFD brightness control is selected to off. If an NDU fails, the PFD-ND transfer push button may be used to transfer the ND image to the PFDU position. The Air Data and Inertial Reference Units, ADIRU, provide attitude, altitude, speed, and position information, while navigation information is provided by the Flight Management and Guidance Computers, FMGC. This information is delivered to 3 symbol generators called Display Management Computers, or DMC. The aircraft is equipped with sensors that monitor the aircraft systems and the position of the system's control switches. System sensors supply digital data to 2 System Data Acquisition Concentrators, SDAC. The SDACs acquire that data, process it, and send it to the DMCs for digital display and cautions. Warning level digital data is also sent to the two flight warning computers, FWC, for processing through the DMCs. The FWCs are also capable of directly acquiring warning level data from the sensors for DMC display without digital data in the event both SDACs are inoperative. Each DMC has a channel for EIS operations and a channel for ECAM operations. DMC 1 normally supplies the displays to the captain's PFD, ND, and the EWD. DMC 2 normally supplies the displays to the first officer's PFD, ND, and also the SD. DMC 3 operates as a standby unit that is available for DMC 1 or 2 loss. The EIS DMC switch on the switching panel just forward of the ECAM control panel is used to switch DMC signals in abnormal conditions. In the norm position, the DMCs provide signals as stated before. Here we show a failure of DMC 1 as indicated by a diagonal line. The diagonal line is displayed to indicate that there is a DMC problem rather than a power supply problem. In the Captain 3 position, DMC 3 supplies the displays to the Captain's PFD, ND, and the upper ECAM DU, EWD. Here we show a failure of DMC2 as indicated by a diagonal line. In the First Officer 3 position, DMC3 supplies the displays to the First Officer's PFD, ND, and the lower ECAM DU, or SD. Now, what about a case of a single DU failure, or when the DU's brightness is turned off? On this frame, we show a failure of the upper ECAM DU. Notice that the EWD automatically moved to the lower ECAM DU, and the SD is not shown because the EWD always has priority. After failure of the upper ECAM DU, the SD can be displayed by transferring the SD to one of the ND positions by use of the ECAM ND transfer switch on the switching panel. However, this transfer will remove the associated ND from view. After failure of the upper ECAM DU, if only a temporary display of the SD is desired, the crew may push and hold the desired system page push button to provide the SD instead of the EWD on the lower ECAM DU. This temporary display operates for a maximum of 3 minutes, after which the EWD reappears. On this frame, we now show a failure of the lower ECAM DU. As before, the SD can be displayed on an ND by use of the ECAM ND transfer switch, or can be temporarily displayed on the upper ECAM DU by pushing and holding the desired system page push button for up to 3 minutes. If both ECAM DUs fail, the options to display ECAM data are similar. The ECAM ND transfer switch can be used to display the EWD on an ND. The desired system page push button can be pushed and held to temporarily display the SD on an ND. This completes the introduction to the electronic instrument system. Let's answer those questions.